Hey guys, so we had a great weekend at the Popeyes Classic. We didn't get a chance to meet a lot of the athletes because you guys were laser focused, backstage. But I had the opportunity to give a speech there where I discussed what you guys went through and what it takes to prepare for a show like this and the underlying themes involved. So I'd really like it if you guys checked it out because it's about you. So check out the video here. Also, give us a follow. We're working on a new fitness-inspired clothing line called Rescue Fit. It's going to be affordable fitness clothing that also helps rescue dogs in Canada.
So I think it's pretty easy to take things for granted these days. And I don't even mean that in a bad way. It's just that it's like almost 2019. It's an incredible time to be alive. And all you need to do is pull out your phone and check YouTube and see amazing things that people are doing across the world. So you can get kind of diluted when you see special things, even in front of your eyes. But tonight we shouldn't take advantage of disadvantage of this, because tonight is special. And it's special because we're witnessing the transformation of the individual, and that's really rare. So what do I mean by that? So the athletes that you see here now are not the same people they were when they started their prep. And I'm not just talking about the way they look, it's so much more than that. So what do I mean? So when they started their prep, what they did was they set a goal, they aimed for a target, and they decided to compete here tonight. And that's when the sacrifice began. And sacrifice is something that's uniquely human. Like, we're the only species on the planet that can actually sacrifice. And what it is making a bargain with the future. If I give up something now, I might have a better life in the future. So we all know the sacrifices involved in competing in a show like this. Like the top three, food, you just ruin food. All the pleasure of food is done. And it becomes something horrible. It becomes a schedule-based fuel ingestion. You're just like a car, right? It sucks. And then you have to brutalize yourself in the gym, and you have to deplete yourself with your cardio sessions. And then you also have to give up some of your social interactions or friendships or relationships that aren't beneficial to keeping you on track for prep, right? And they also decided that they were going to take responsibility for their life when they started their prep. And I think that's probably a pretty good definition of prep. Live in a way where everything you do matters, right? But that's also, interestingly enough, a good way to define having a meaningful life. If you want a meaningful life, live in a way where everything you do matters. That's probably pretty tough. So another big theme tonight is art. Physique, bodybuilding, bikini, fitness figure. You're a sculptor, and your art form is your body. And I think what you're trying to do is it's like the individual's attempt to embody the perfect human physical form, something like that, right? But achieving human perfection is completely impossible. It's never going to happen. We all know that. And I don't think any of these athletes here backstage will tell you that they're perfect in every way with a straight face. And I don't think a judge here is going to give a perfect score to an athlete and tell them they have nothing to improve on, Like, no one thinks they're perfect deep down. We think the opposite. Like, we know we're imperfect, and we know things can hurt us in the world, and that we're fragile, and that we might even be frail. So here's an example of that. Let's say you're in the shower, and you come out and you put your towel on, and then someone just immediately barges in unexpectedly. What do? You cover up, you hide, right? That happens before you can even think about it. It's super instinctual, and I think it's that feeling. It's things can harm you. And these guys here tonight, they're not immune to that. They feel that just like we all feel that, but they still choose to get up on stage here in their posing trunks or their bikini and pose for us. And I think that takes a lot of bravery, don't you? So another theme is the theme of beauty. Physical beauty, but human beauty. And beauty is super scary and super intimidating because it's pure inspiration. So here's an example of that for the guys. So guys, you've all been through this. So you're living your daily life, you're walking down the street, and you see a beautiful woman, and she's coming towards you. She passes you, and you check her out, because you're a guy. And then you're like, oh man, I want to talk to her. She's out of my league. That she's out of my league feeling is beauty telling you that you're not all that you could be, and it's beauty telling you that you're not living up to your full potential. So then I was trying to think of an example for the ladies here, which was obviously a little bit harder for me, but what I came up with was this. So ladies, you're all here now, and I'm assuming you have a friend, a female friend in the show tonight, maybe like a close friend or a roommate, something like that, somebody you see here a few times a week. And they're on prep. And every day they're getting sharper and harder, and they're physically getting more beautiful day by day. And you're not in prep. You might be in the off season, or you might not train at all. And you're cheering your friend on, right? Because you're a good person and she's your friend. But deep down, that daily improvement in beauty might make you think that, shit, what's wrong with me? I got to get my shit together. And that's beauty telling again that you're not living up to your full potential. And the thing about potential is that none of us are living up to our full potential. We can't. It's limitless. There's no upper limit to the good that we can do in the world if we try to live to our full potential. It's just like how big the universe is and how infinite it is. Our potential is limitless. So then I put the dots together, and this is so cool. I was blown away by this. If you're with me on the idea of potential, then you could logically say that because of the responsibility the athletes undertook and the sacrifices they made to get here tonight, that they are the ones who are closest to living up to their full potential, and that tonight they are the best of us. And that's pretty fucking awesome. Don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think if I could make a recommendation to everybody here, I think one, we should acknowledge the inspiration that the athletes have given us, and two, use it as that fire to maybe make a positive change in our lives, to improve our lives. Because they've proven that transformation is possible, and we are all capable of it as well. Thank you, guys.